So Gaffer, togetherness is obviously a massive and key element of being at a football club. How do you see togetherness and the community as itself being implemented by the fans and from us to the fans?
Well, I think that first and foremost, I just want to thank everyone for the support that they've given me and my family since we've joined. As soon as I walked in the building or in the ground, I could see the community feel. And it's about looking forward, not backwards. And in terms of the present and looking forwards, it's great to hear that season tickets are on the up. Some of the signings we've made reinvigorate that energy in terms of the feel between the community and the team.
Yeah,
I think that's quite clear. And there's an excitement and buzz around the place. So I'm very thankful for the support I've had, both from TSI and obviously people within the community. So that's good, and that we're looking forwards. And the lads being back in yesterday and today, working very hard. It's a great feel and a great place to be.
Yeah, talking about signings and players, the average age of the squad has obviously dropped quite a bit. You've got Fletcher Toll, who's very young in himself and scored a lot of goals at the lower levels. There's Sam Collins, who I think is 22, Crowther, who's around the same age, 21, 22. Compared to the average age of the squad last season, how has the aim of dropping that been, and what is the reason for the age of the squad dropping?
Well, the remit's quite clear. The directive from the owner, or from the ownership model, in terms of what we want to do here and what sort of club we want to be. And dropping the age, again, is no slight on what's happened before me. I'm one to look at present and looking forward. So in terms of the remit now going forwards, it's quite a clear directive in the direction we want to go, and we want to be a club where we nurture young talent, whether that's coming from players that have done well at step 3, step 4 and coming up, or whether that's players such as Sam Collins coming down who have not had the opportunities perhaps at a Cat 1 club, who are looking for that first step in professional football and that platform to play 46 games. And hopefully, we can build on those signings this summer, going forward into the season and into next and my time here, and we can really have a solid base of talent coming through. But alongside that, it's important that if you chuck 11 youngsters together, you tend to struggle. So it's important that you have a good mix. And with Paul Jones, Carl McFadden, Mike Clunan, Adam Marriott, etc., we've got a spine there of experience, Matt Warburton as well. So in terms of that experience around the younger group on and off the field, it's crucial. So always striking a balance is important with the squad. I think we're getting there. There's a couple more to come in to add to it. And obviously, inevitably, there's a couple of outgoings to come as well.
Yeah, and talking about outgoings, obviously Josh Colson's such a prolific person, a fan favourite, and was the club captain. Talking about leadership, and obviously a new captain is going to have to be put in place. What is it that you look for in a captain, who's someone who's going to captain your side, and the leadership skills of someone who's got to be captain?
Well, leadership has many facets, and any sort of leadership, or to be a leader, you always need followers, and certainly Mike Clunan comes in with those attributes. The answer to that is probably what Mike's done in his career. We're talking about the community in your first question. He's probably a pillar of the community in Kings Lynn. He inspires people, and he's certainly got followers. So for him to be captain of this club going forwards, I think that's a great foundation, to work from.
With signings that we've already touched on before, like Clunan and Michael Giassi, they've been at the club before. They know the feel of the place, they know how everything runs, but also they haven't worked under you before. So how much of a difference is it going to be from their time before? Obviously, it was National League for both Clunan and Giassi, and obviously Clunan over his 7 or so years here. But it's a very different feel from then to now. So is it going to be a bit of an adjustment for the players that have already been here before, and just to see where it takes us this year?
Everyone's got their own methodologies and their own way of working in professional football. And it's never, I've said it at the start of the interview, it's never looking back, it's looking forward. So I have a clear way of working. Every player I sign, we always discuss the methodology that they're expecting to come into, and making sure they're aligned with that, and vice versa as well. You know, each player has their own individual skill set, and probably the art of any manager, any coach, is getting the best out of those individuals. Certainly in our culture, there's autonomy to be an individual, and to show yourself on and off the field, and hopefully it'll be no different here from the last clubs I've worked at.
With last season, obviously we made it into the playoffs, but the heartbreak at Chorley was felt by everybody in the town. Do you think we can take it that step further? Because I know that you're a man that loves to win, the same as every manager in football, but your passion for winning is quite noticeable. Do you think we can take it further and challenge right near the top?
It's too early to say that, and you know, I don't tend to look at the league table to the second half of the season where you can realign your objectives or refocus your objectives to where you are. So ask me that question after Christmas, I'll probably answer it better.
Yeah. But
we go into every game wanting to win. 3 points means everything. I've obviously been on the back end of some playoff losses at Step 1 in the National League a couple of times, and also at this level. So sometimes that can reinvigorate a group. I think there's about 9 or 10 left from the group that lost at Chorley, and we've added obviously 10.
Yeah.
So look, I'm pleased where we are. Certainly, to achieve a high, you always have to experience some lows. You don't just go and achieve. So I'm sure it can act as a motivator for us. And
you said you don't think about the league too much, and just leads me on to thinking about not a cup run, but is a cup success, or for a town that is so close together, and we've had our victories in the cup before, and that brought the club and the fans even closer. Is that something that you look for, a bit of a cup run, a thing that's going to bring everybody just that little bit closer together?
Many things can bring people together, but of course, you know, you go into every competition to win. You know that. You can see that from the 4 weeks I've been here.
Yeah.
So we'll go into every competition looking to win.
And on a personal note for you, obviously it's been 4 or so weeks that you've been here. How has it been for you coming into a club like Kings Lynn, and how has all the staff been and everything like that? Has it been quite welcoming for you?
Yeah, very welcome. Very welcome indeed. Again, I'd like to thank everyone who I've been introduced to, sponsors, stakeholders, staff, office staff, players that have joined, players that are already here. It's been a very good feel, and there's a clear charm about the club, and hopefully we can get it on the up.
And talking about how I said about like cup runs and last season, obviously the past has been successful, but you can see that the club is on a journey and upwards trajectory. Do you feel like you can bring love, passion and success to the club? I know you said not to ask about the season and everything up until Christmas and ask you from there, but success is what everybody wants, and that brings a weight of expectation. I know I feel you can deal with that expectation, but how do you see yourself dealing with it?
It's always a we, it's never an I. So there's many staff such as Tom Bunting is an outstanding head of medical. We're very lucky to have him. It's always a staff, it's always a collective, you guys included as well. It's a team effort, and if we cross the line in first place, if we do, because everyone's got a chance of the 24 teams to do that when the whistle blows on August the 9th. When we cross the line, wherever we finish, hopefully on top, it will be a team effort, and everyone will be working towards that common goal.